Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marla. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, and today I'm bringing you a highly requested video. I'm going to be talking about the difference between immune building supplements or nutrients and immune boosting supplements or nutrients. If you have an autoimmune condition, you want to make sure you're, for the most part, avoiding immune boosters and focusing on taking more immune builders. I will get into details in a little while, but essentially, a quick difference between the two would be immune builders actually physically build up the immune cells and over time help your immune system to regulate or modulate so that it can actually differentiate between good and bad, between self and non-self. Essentially, with an autoimmune condition, your immune system is extremely overworked and it becomes very dysregulated, and it has a hard time differentiating between actual self tissues and then invading microbes or toxins. And because it's kind of like blurred lines for your immune system when it's so fatigued and overworked, that's usually when autoimmune starts, and it starts attacking your thyroid or your skin, etc. So taking immune boosters in this scenario wouldn't be the best, because it just really drives or pushes your immune system. It really stimulates it, and your immune system will just kind of go crazy and start attacking more of itself. And usually people will get a big flare, whereas immune builders will actually build up the immune system so it can actually start to differentiate, between the good and the bad and start to do its job correctly. So I'm going to kind of get into the supplements with you. We are going to start with immune builders. So immune builders are necessary components of the immune system. A lot of these you should get through your diet, like nutrients, antioxidants through your diet. And their main, function is to actually build up the cells of the immune system, the tissues of the immune system, so that they can support your immune system and help it to regulate. These are generally safe because, again, these are more nutrients and things that you should normally get from your diet anyways. And they're able to essentially, boost the immune system so that it actually can start to do its job, to fight viruses, to fight bacteria, but it does it by physically building up the immune system and its tissues. So I hope that makes sense. I do have my list of supplements here because I want to make sure I go through all of them with you, so that's why I will be looking down. So we're going to go through immune builders, and then I'm going to kind of give you a little description on immune boosters and what they might do. So in terms of immune builders, the first ones I do want to share are actually both builders and boosters, so you will see them in both categories, but these are amazing, and they are medicinal mushrooms. So I have been taking medicinal mushrooms for years because they're powerful antioxidants. They contain lots of nutrients in them to actually support and build your immune system. They will help with immune activity. So like I said, they can either boost it or build it because they're really immune modulators. So they are also adaptogenic, which means they are going to help, of course, your adrenals, your stress, which directly supports your immune system as well. They can even help with sleep. So the two that I'm going to show you today are cordyceps and maitake. These two are amazing. I'm just going to focus them here. So this is from the company, the Matcha Reserve. So this is their cordyceps. Of course, it's organic, vegan, gluten-free, all of that stuff, non-GMO. And this is the maitake. So both are, I don't know if this is auto-focusing, sorry. So both are medicinal mushrooms. Maitake will contain something called beta-glucans. I'm not going to get into detail on the science parts of this. If you do want to know what these are, you can always Google it. But it contains something called beta-glucans, and what's nice about it is it acts as an immune modulator. So, for example, if you are really, really sick, this will help to build up that immune system so that it can actually target that virus or that bacteria that's causing the cold or the flu. Whereas if you have an autoimmune condition and you have your immune system is just kind of going crazy, this will help to calm it down as well. So immune modulator, it's amazing. And I also do like chaga mushroom as well. I do not have that on hand to show you, but that's fantastic. And they both just support natural killer cell production and activity. Again, natural killer cells are going to help with kind of targeting cancer cells and that kind of stuff. You can Google it. But like I said, the essential thing to remember about the cordyceps, maitake, or chaga, etc., are that they are great immune modulators. So great if you have a hyperactive immune system, and great if you have a very underfunctioning or weakened immune system. So this company has a whole mushroom line. So you could also do like reishi, like I said, there's chaga, there's turkey tail. So there's a whole bunch of different mushrooms. I do encourage you to check out their website. They also have an awesome Instagram account, the Matcha Reserve. I'll show you the packaging one more time. So this company is great. Their powder is so fine that you can add it to smoothies, you can put it in baked goods, and you won't taste it or feel it at all, but you're gonna get the amazing benefit. So I do give this to myself and my kids. We add it to our smoothies every single day. So I do recommend getting these, but check out their whole line, because really all medicinal mushrooms are essentially gonna help modulate the immune system and support it and all of that. So if you don't get these exact ones, you can get some type of medicinal mushroom and you will get a lot of benefits from it. So after that, I do want to bring up bee pollen. I do not have any on hand of that, unfortunately, but bee pollen is great because it has so many nutrients. It's a complete amino acid profile, so it's a complete protein. It has lots of B vitamins and other vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin E. It has lots and lots of nutrients in it. So what I like is that these nutrients and these proteins will directly go to building up the actual physical cells of your immune system. Your immune system needs, and I'll get into it in a bit, but it needs the essential antioxidants and minerals and vitamins to build up these cells that are actually going to go target the viruses and toxins in your body. So bee pollen is a really great supplement to take, and I do recommend, if you can find it, to try and get like a local bee pollen, because then it's local to your area, so you'll be getting the pollen from your area, which is usually the best thing if you can find it. The next thing is going to be, where are we? Sorry, probiotics. I left mine in the kitchen, but really I like the Genestra or the Dr. Axe probiotics. But what probiotics are going to do is they're going to build up the immune system in your gut. So 70% of our immune system does reside in our gut. Bacteria and good flora are going to help keep toxins out of the bloodstream. They're going to help fight off any viruses, parasites, etc. So this is essential to building up that immune system. The stronger gut flora that you have, and the better balanced gut flora you have, the better and healthier you're going to be, and the better your immune system and stronger your immune system is going to be. So definitely recommend probiotics. Technically they're going to be in the immune booster category as well, because if you are sick and you do a bunch of probiotics, it would definitely help to boost that immune system as well. So protein in general, all amino acids I do recommend getting in your diet. Usually if you're consuming like eggs or chicken, like full protein sources, you're going to get them. Or if you're doing more vegetarian, you can still get it if you do like quinoa, which is a complete protein, or spirulina. So either way, make sure you're getting all of the different amino acids in your diet. Make sure you're absorbing them well. So protein is the globin part of immunoglobulin, so it builds up that part of antibodies, which is what we need to actually fight off harmful substances in our body and produce kind of like that inflammation. So amino acids, they're used to build up immune system tissue for sure. White blood cell production, specifically methionine amino acid is amazing because it's an antihistamine reducer. So if you come in contact with toxins or you consume a food you're sensitive to and you take methionine, it's going to help reduce that inflammation. So it's fantastic. But I also encourage you to make sure you're getting in glutamine in your diet. It's the most common amino acid in the body, and it is the most common amino acid for your immune system, for the immune cells to grow. So do recommend getting that as well. Zinc is fantastic. Do I have zinc here? Yes. So this is the kind of zinc that I recommend taking. It's called gammadine zinc. There you have it. So this is a homeopathic preparation of zinc. I like this one because I'll leave them in the description box below, all the links to the products. But this one is great because it's going to go absorb into your bloodstream because you put it onto your tongue, so it's really bioavailable. But zinc directly supports your thymus gland, which creates that hormone thymosin, but it also helps to create like T lymphocyte cells for your immune system, and if that's under functioning, your immune system will be under functioning. So supplementing with zinc is important. Zinc is also used for almost every single enzyme reaction in the body, so if you're deficient in that, you're going to have your enzyme reactions are not going to be able to complete, and you'll be having a lot of issues in terms of detoxification, in terms of digesting your food, etc. What else? So vitamin A as well is really important. I don't think I have that on hand, but a good quality multivitamin or even cod liver oil, which is high in vitamin A, is going to help. This will strengthen the like the mucosal lining for sure, or mucous membranes, and it will stimulate white blood cell production, especially your killer T cells. Again, these are great for targeting cancer cells. So you can definitely Google all of these terms if you want to know what each specific component of the immune system does. But essentially vitamin A is really good for mucous membranes. If you have asthma, congestion, it will help with that. It'll help support your immune system. Vitamin C is amazing. It will immobilize microbes, so any bacteria in the body. It will neutralize the toxins that these microbes produce. So essentially it acts as like a free radical scavenger. It reduces inflammation. It does so many things for the immune system, so I'm not going to dive deep. I do like this one here as just like a general. It just takes a second. There you go. From Genestra Brands as a general vitamin C supplement. It's called C1000. I like it because it has like rose hip, there is quercetin, there's rutin, vitamin C. So these are great if you have like high histamine in your body. This would be a good one to take. What else? Sorry, this video is all over the place. Vitamin D, I do not have it on hand, but essentially you can get it through the sun or through supplementation. I do recommend taking it. It just increases the destruction of any mutated cells in the body. So as you guys know, cancer is mutated cells or age spots and that kind of stuff. It's all from cells mutating in the body, and we really want to decrease these and get them out of the body. So vitamin D is great for that. Vitamin E is amazing. It improves functioning of your lymphocytes. Again, it's a component of your immune system. I don't have any on hand, but I do recommend a liquid vitamin E or something that's in a fat soluble base, because vitamin E is fat soluble. Essential fats are going to be important, so that's these guys here. I keep trying to focus it and I forget that it's kind of broken. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but it's this one here, the Genestra Brands. I like this one because it comes from anchovy, sardine, mackerel, super high potency, high quality. There's no heavy metals, so don't worry about that. There's EPA, DHA, and omega-3. So these are super amazing. Any type of essential fat though, especially omega-3s, are really important. So you guys know that these are very calming to the immune system. They will reduce inflammation and allow your immune system to actually say, okay, what's actually needing my urgent attention and what's not. So taking anti-inflammatories are amazing for the immune system. Vitamin B complex, those are important. They're going to support your whole immune system and build up all those cells. And then the last ones that I want to share with you, copper, iron, selenium, and magnesium are also some trace minerals that you might want to get into your diet, either through food or supplementation. They're also going to help support and build up the actual cells of your immune system. So this list will be in the description box below. I will make sure that you guys have links to almost everything, whatever I can find. But those are some immune builders. Before we move on to immune boosters, I do want to say that some of the immune builders are also immune boosters. So here's the thing to remember. You don't want to take immune boosters if you have autoimmune. That being said, I will get into the details. Some immune boosters you can take and actually should take. So what happens when you have an autoimmune condition? If you don't have an autoimmune condition, you want to get both builders and boosters and you'll be fine. But if you do have an autoimmune condition, you want to make sure that you're not overexciting your immune system. So if you're really, really sick, if you have an autoimmune condition and you're really sick, you also have poor sleep and are highly stressed, it's going to be beneficial to take some boosting nutrients so that your immune system can kind of pick up a bit, but you don't want to overexcite it, because that's when you'll start getting that flare in your symptoms, and that's actually damaging. If your immune system, if you have Hashimoto's and your immune system just starts to really attack your thyroid, that's not a good thing. So you do want to be careful. In terms of immune boosters, I will share a list with you, but the essential thing to remember is that immune booster nutrients or supplements don't actually build new immune cells like the immune builders do. Instead, they stimulate or push the current or existing immune system to go. So essentially, here's your immune system, it's attacking your skin. For example, if you have psoriasis, immune boosters are going to push it so it gets even more excited, and in that case it's probably going to attack your skin even more and you'll get a big flare. So it's always important to really build your immune system so you have a strong immune system and you have lots of the white blood cells, you have lots of the different killer cells and lymphocytes, so that you can actually find when there's cancer in the body, etc. But you don't want it overexcited. So do keep that in mind as we go through this. Immune boosters are also they're also known as immune stimulants. The herbs are really what you want to be careful with. Usually herbs like Echinacea, I'll get into that in a bit, are not recommended if you have autoimmune. In terms of antioxidants, minerals, and general nutrients that you would get from your food, those are okay. So I'm going to go through some of the builders with you. Some are going to be good to take and I recommend, and then some aren't. So all antioxidants are technically immune boosters as well, because they'll neutralize your free radicals. They're going to protect the immune system just generally from the effects of free radicals. These are immune builders as well. So these immune boosters and builders are obviously good to take. So everything we mentioned under the immune builders category, like vitamin A, E, D, vitamin C, etc., you can take. They're great, they're fantastic, and they're things you would normally get in your diet, so there's no reason to avoid them. Also, a few other things like protein are technically immune boosters as well. If you do a lot of protein, you're really supporting your immune system. Probiotics are immune boosters as well as immune builders, so those are fantastic to take as well. Medicinal mushrooms, of course, are immune builders, but they're also immune boosters. So like I said, if you're super sick, you have a very weakened immune system and you take medicinal mushrooms, it'll boost it. If you have a super overactive immune system and you're in the middle of a really bad autoimmune flare, they're going to calm your immune system. So they kind of are modulators, which is why they're in both categories, and they're great to take if you have an autoimmune or if you don't. Some supplements that are not okay to take are going to be your herbs. So I'm just scrolling down here. For example, astragalus, echinacea, cat's claw, Panax ginseng, licorice root, yarrow, lemon balm. These should be avoided if you have an autoimmune condition. There are a couple exceptions to the rule, but I'm not getting into it in this video because those are more for practitioners, and I don't want the average person who doesn't understand exactly how the immune system works to try them out. So I do have to put that disclaimer in there legally. So overall, just avoid those unless otherwise encouraged by your practitioner. There are a bunch of other herbs. I'm not, again, gonna go into so much detail. Those are the main ones. Echinacea is one of the biggest. A lot of people will take like an echinacea syrup or something when they're sick and they have an autoimmune condition, and I just don't recommend doing that. There are other immune boosters you can take that will also build up the immune system, and those are a better option. So I'm going to go through them with you here. The first one would be Inositol. So these boost your natural killer cells. So these killer cells go around the body looking for bacteria, viruses, toxins, etc. to try to neutralize them. So you want a lot of these in your body. They're great. You don't want too much of these and not enough of the rest, because that can lead to tissue destruction. So only take these ones if you feel that you need it. But inositol, there's inositol triphosphate and hexaphosphate. They're both considered immune boosters. Usually I don't say take inositol unless your practitioner tells you to, but this is the one that I was taking for a while. So there you have it. I take choline and inositol together, not all the time. This was something I was taking for a little while. Inositol is considered an immune booster, but it is great if you have a very weakened immune system. So you can take it. It's not going to cause a crazy flare, at least it shouldn't, but always check with a practitioner before incorporating it. Garlic. Garlic is a big immune booster. That being said, it's also an immune builder, and it has lots of benefits like killing bad bacteria and that kind of stuff. So you could definitely consume it. I don't see why you should avoid it. And it's great for boosting the immune system. So if you're looking for, I guess, a bit of a stronger immune system, you want to have a little bit of a boost to help get over a cold or something, raw garlic is what I would say to take over echinacea or something else. Usually herbs are more iffy when it comes to autoimmune conditions. And just again, a reminder, if you don't have an autoimmune condition, you can take immune boosters, even like echinacea and stuff, and it's great. Glyconutrients, plant sterols, those are also immune boosters. Those can be taken if you have autoimmune, but under the guidance of a practitioner. You don't want to overdo it because it can overstimulate. This is a plant sterols that I use and I recommend for some clients. It's from Ginestra Brands. It's called Cholesterol. The plant sterols in this one are from the Brassica family. These are really good at reducing inflammation and regulating the immune system, but they can act as a booster if you're not balancing it with the right nutrients. So again, make sure you're doing this under the support of a practitioner. But these are other examples of immune booster supplements that are also immune builders. Glutathione. Glutathione is an immune booster. It's fantastic for the liver and for so many functions in the body. But I always recommend this to people with autoimmune. What glutathione does that I really like is it actually, when you're very toxic, your body kind of pushes toxins down into your fat cells and deep into your tissues because it can't detoxify it if your liver is blocked and backed up. So your body's like, well, we have to do something with these toxins. We can't let them cause inflammation. So they push them deep down into your fat tissues where they're not going to cause so much damage. The problem is a lot of people, when the toxins are that deep down, your body has a hard time metabolizing these. So you have a hard time detoxifying. And even though you're going through, you're really trying to detox, a lot of people are like, I just feel like it's not working. It's mostly because toxins are so deep down, it's really hard to bring them up. So glutathione is great for doing that. It starts to metabolize these toxins. It brings them up and out from these tissues so that your body can actually start to get them out of the body. So glutathione is great, and I do recommend it even if you have autoimmune. It's a fantastic liver support, and I do recommend taking it, of course, with the guidance of a practitioner. Another supplement that I recommend, it's an immune booster as well, but I do recommend it for people with autoimmune because it can be an immune builder, and that's coenzyme Q. So this is the one that I recommend. I really like this one from Sisu, but any coenzyme Q will work. And again, it's considered an immune booster, but great if you have autoimmune because it can help build up the immune system as well. Shark cartilage is absolutely fantastic if you have autoimmune, especially if you have psoriasis, but it's considered an immune booster. So you can still take it, no problem, but it does help to boost the immune system because of all the amino acids. So I do recommend purchasing it. It's usually not too expensive, so you can look into that. Proteolytic enzymes I do recommend as well. I don't have them here, no, but I do like Organica. Has really good plant enzymes that are great. These just assist in resolving inflammation, and they are going to fight infection and essentially accelerate the immune response. So they're considered immune boosters, but again, these are something I recommend taking if you have an autoimmune. So this video is so confusing, so complicated, I know. I will try to simplify it in the description box, but those are the main, I guess the main supplements that you can take that are boosters, but will be okay if you have an autoimmune. So if you are looking to boost your immune system because you're sick or something, the ones I just mentioned are the ones you should take. And then kind of recapping, the herbs are ones that I recommend avoiding, like astragalus, echinacea, cat's claw, ginseng. This is from Organica. It's the, there you go, Korean red ginseng. Normally great, but any type of ginseng, especially Panax, will boost the immune system. So usually I do recommend avoiding it, along with like licorice root, yarrow, lemon balm. So herbs are usually ones you want to be very careful with, whereas more nutrients like coenzyme Q, proteins, things that are produced in your body are safe to take in a supplement form for the most part, even though they're considered immune boosters. So I really hope that made sense. This is just my list. Like I said, I'll leave in the description box below. These are what I recommend taking if you can, if you have that dysregulation in your immune system. But essentially, everyone should really be focusing on builders. It's great to give your immune system a boost, but it's not always going to be boosted. But by building it up, it'll just make it very strong overall, and that will stay strong if you take care of your body and constantly give your body nourishing foods, lots of phytonutrients and vitamins, minerals. So immune building supplements are great if you have autoimmune. Immune boosting you want to be careful with. Definitely avoid the immune boosting herbs. And then in terms of the other immune boosting supplements, they're great to take, but just do it under the guidance of a practitioner. If you have no autoimmune condition, you can take anything, but I do recommend still focusing on the building supplements or nutrients. So that's what I have for this video. I know it's kind of random, but thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. It was kind of all over the place, but that's how my brain is today. Make sure you're following me on Instagram for lots of tips like this. It's at Marla's Healthy Life. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.